I was in the shop working on another project when I thought I'd do a quick video on how to tint or dye the grips on this inexpensive bone handled knife. Now I found this knife on Amazon. It's made in Pakistan. It's a nice knife. It's pretty heavy. The blade's a little thick, but got a lot of character to it. The only thing I didn't like when I bought this knife was these grips, when I bought it, were as white as a bar of ivory soap. I mean, imagine the white on this label, and that's what they look like. So what to do about it? Well, I had made up a mix of leather dye to dye a pair of gun grips, to dye them in a color approximating aged ivory. And if you didn't see that video on the Texas Trail gun, that mix is 6 parts light tan, 1 part dark brown. I should have kept the bottle, but 1 part dark brown, 6 parts light tan, cut in half with a dye reducer, which is a thinner. And then I took that, it was in a plastic pan, and wiped it on these grips. And you can see they look like, apologize, the camera's a little shaky. Let that dye sit on about 10 minutes, and I wiped it off, and it had absorbed into the bone handle. Let it dry overnight, and then put a coat of this True Oil on it. It's a gun stock finish. Put it on just a light coat with a soft cloth. Let it dry overnight. Do that in a ventilated area. The stuff's a little strong smelling. And then you're done. And I think it definitely gives it a much better look. Now, obviously, this $17 knife would be a $40 thing if you went out and bought all this stuff. But if you happen to have it on hand, or you want to get into some other projects, go for it. Now, one side note about this knife, it's not the sharpest out there, but once you work it with a stone, it's a decent knife. It's a little thick. 17 bucks, you can't expect a miracle, but if you sharpen it up a little bit, it's a decent knife, and it's got some charm.